got the shard on the Visage eventually too, where he drops stuns as well.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of different ways to protect each other. Entity, let's see if they make it work this time with the DP plus the TB. I'm a little worried just because, like I said from earlier, Terrorblade this hero I think can suffer a lot of times if you just have a bit of a rough start. You never get back into the game. But yeah, let's see. I mean, Entity, they played so damn well last game. I think they're definitely having some momentum coming into this one.
Well, some momentum, slightly better odds according to esportsbet.io, favoring them after that win. And, you know, again, you sort of keep in mind what this series means for both of these teams. For Tundra, trying to secure their place at the major, and for Entity, there's a couple of those scenarios where, you know, if they lose this and all these other little hims and haws happen, they could potentially be relegated. You know, a lot of math out there, which, you know, us NA boys aren't great at, but regardless, it's always stuff that you need to keep in the back of the mind, and the team's hoping to win this game number 3 here. Yeah,
simple math, I guess, could be that if Tundra win, maybe a lot less tiebreakers. If Entity win, many tiebreaker gonna be happening. So
we love tiebreakers. We love them.
More games. Let's go. Level 1 glimpse by Fishman to pull them away from the rune, and he'll get it.
Okay. So, oh my God! Actually, wait. Are they gonna kill 3-3 here? Chase him down, do some more damage, but can't quite get there, and throws out one last blast. Big one. That soul assumption.
This is a annoying lane to play versus. Usually Undying, not really too much of a 4 position, but lower their HP, pop a soul assumption, you know, they're very squishy.
Dude, Fishman's doing it.
The level 1, I know, I saw the level 1 glimpse. I've tried this before.
Talked about it.
Yeah, it can sometimes be pretty underwhelming, but his job is just to hopefully try to protect Watson and not give them too many stick charges, I guess, in that context.
Can you tell the people out there what it is that's appealing in theory about this level 1 glimpse?
It's been buffed massively. You know, the mana cost did get rechanged to be like nerfed a little bit, but it does damage, low cooldown, and it can just be, you know, disruptive to push people away from your carry. That's about it. And you don't feed as many stick charges.
Okay.
Because usually it's a Thunderstrike you're trying to trade. You can't actually use your trade too often. But right away, they have to be careful. The first few levels are going to be super painful bottom. Watson's sitting at 150 HP right now. Even though it says he's full HP, that's only, now he's 200 because he's got 16 decay stacks on him. Like 1 or 2 soul assumption, he's dead.
That's all it takes. Yeah. It could happen in a second. Look at that burst of damage that comes out from that onto that TB there.
Yeah.
Rather, as Stormstormer and 9 just facing off in the mid lane. Keeping things pretty even, a couple of little tricks here and there, and you can see 9 trying to get these denies, being super pesky and annoying.
Not getting any yet, though.
No, he didn't.
Stormstormer actually killing it on the first 2 waves. Didn't miss a single last hit. 8 and 1.
That's real good.
Really nicely done.
But yeah, a interesting time, as you can see down there bottom, just sitting at about 100 HP for Watson, and if Sox can keep these stacks up, keep pressuring back Watson, it could be a pretty quick soul assumption burst down. And in fact, he needs to be careful. The punches are there, the glimpse comes out, and it's enough to keep Watson alive on 60 HP. But that does mean stick charges are amazing.
Yeah, these glimpses are actually saving the day for Watson. I think he would have probably died there. And I lied, by the way. Stormstormer did miss him last hit. It's my bad. It was the wrong one. It was 3 waves, so he had missed a couple. But either way, he's doing a lot better than I would have anticipated in the first few levels. This is a nice lane for the OD.
And thought about moving on over for that rune, but doesn't decide to go for it, as top the lane shenanigans and pulls coming through. Skitter is going to grab that second wave, Snaking pulling it in for him, along with Toby. And that should set up for well, still some amount denied away, although that with that wave coming in, Skitter's going to catch back up.
Yeah, I think he missed 2 under tower there, just missed the last hits. I think he was pinging for snaking to attack or something, and they messed it up, but that'll happen. Bottom, though, Watson's got 2 CS.
Yeah, dude.
He literally can't walk up in CS. Like, Soxus still has 4 more mangoes, and he's got the Bassi aura from 33, so yeah, he's just keeping the spam. This will be a slow recovery. And I did have my reservations for the TB. I saw how well they played with the Pudge. I wanted something a little more aggressive coming out of this bottom lane, but we'll see how it ends up going. Yeah, it's going to be really slow start here for Watson.
Yeah, needing to, you know, get him on the heroes he's comfortable on as they try and do some damage.
The Soul Assumption does like 3/4 of his health.
Dude, he almost goes down there. Does have stick charges, a Fairy Fire too, but if the damage keeps stacking up, I mean, somebody here is going to go down, and it's going to be 33 taking down Fishman.
Yeah, it's so funny because he just has no HP because of the Strength Steal.
God,
Wild.
Snaking, pulls one back in. The leash is there. 2 tower shots, but they have to back away. So while things are going kind of horrifically for Entity down bottom, Tundra right now also getting some pressure up top.
But Skeeter is actually allowed to farm. He has the wave under the tower, so he's able to let the last hit. Watson, with his meta usage, got 1 last hit. And couldn't even get the kill onto Sox. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very slow start, slow recovery for him.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what you do.
You let Fishman farm. That's what. Disrupted, okay. get those last hits, baby.
All right, sure. That seems like a reasonable solution.
Yeah, he can't walk up. I mean, look at this. He even has raindrop, but he's 140 HP.
I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
The trading of the last hits off and the inability for him to do anything just feels so rough. Mid, at the very least, like we're talking about, you know, the Pango's doing pretty good. Stormstormer trying to make a life for himself here, but Rubik has more CS and denies, or did a second ago, than the freaking Terrorblade did.
Yeah, and it gets harder and harder for Pango as well in the mid lane versus OD. 9, he's actually queuing up straight Midas, and he's going to have it really early on. So looking to have a very kind of greedy start for him, being that carry, since Skitter may be having some tough time, but you know, they're pressuring Watson so much, it should work. He should die here.
Glimpse pulls him back, and that is the death of the Undying. Okay.
Nicely done. Anything they can get. Yeah, I mean, yeah. What? I mean, how do you recover this? They have the raindrops, so they're like, we've got this, you know, some type of protection. But yeah, I have 200 HP constantly.
And, like, these illusions getting sent out, they're getting 2-shot by 33. Like 2 right clicks.
Yeah, he's about to have mana boots, so the spam is going to get worse and worse. You know, the mangoes have been expended on Soxa, but now they're going to have arcanes to be able to keep his mana pumped up to get the decay stacks onto Watson.
But look at that glimpse! Look at that glimpse! He's getting them. Dude, they actually can't do anything.
No.
Oh my God.
Level 2 decay. Oh, a courier. Perhaps Fishman now walking up a little too far. Oh, there's the arcanes.
Trouble.
They actually commit the tombstone.
Holy moly. Trying to get out of there.
He's actually okay.
33 still chasing a little bit and thinking about going for it. The glimpse!
That secured 5 last hits for Watson. He's actually almost doubled his CS.
That's crazy. That's the value glimpse right there. That's what he needs.
Bottom of the cores, though, the Terrorblade. 200, only 200 behind the Slark, so Skeeter, he's also not really having that easy of a time up top.
No. And, I mean, granted, like, Terrorblade, a hero that's great at being able to catch back up, sends out those illusions to farm. But what we're seeing, I think, is with all of this like early pressure, 33 is going to get level 6 very soon, and probably take down that tower. Yeah,
last time we saw Watson was actually able to stay in the bottom lane until like level 8. That is not the case right now. Like, he's just constantly getting ran at. Yeah, Soxa even trying not to sap too much XP. So yeah, 6 on Visage going to come soon. 9 with a Midas is now starting to be about 1,000 differential over the Pango. So Tundra with these lanes, it's looking pretty damn good for them.
A 6-minute Midas doesn't get much better than that.
No, definitely not.
And I mean, even these like illusions that are getting sent forward, you know, 8 extra gold at a time. They bring in everybody. They try and find 33. Watson able to live through the first salvo, and they get the kill. The glimpse back, it pays off. Soxa does have some pretty big decay hits.
Body blocks.
And trying to walk out of there. Do they have a way to chase him down and find the finish? Another big decay. He has 1,400 HP, but it's all falling apart pretty quickly, and it, in the end, is going to be enough. So Watson gets another kill on the board.
Gorgeous rotation by Katome. He beasted it on the Skywrath last game. I think this is exactly what they needed to try to get Watson back in the game. And now even perhaps looking for the glimpse play. 33 is hiding in the tree line so he doesn't get glimpsed. But that's exactly what they need. Slow down 33 Visage, allow Watson to start catching back up. He's not same net with this Slark, so things have been salvaged.
Ooh, they might be able to glimpse the Undying, though, if he shows here too quickly. And now the TP rotation coming in from another. Tombstone down. Katomi going to be chased for a moment, but they cancel that TP. Skitter up top getting gone on by Toby, too. And, well, Toby has level 6 because they're going to pop Exorcism for this one.
Great start. Yeah, Entity. Even though they, playing versus that Midas and playing versus that pressure that was coming up bottom, that rotation, I mean, honestly, Katomi did it all. And now Skeeter, still not level 6. Stormstormer, maybe just to steal some stacks. Yeah, Snaking Fade bolts it.
Well done, well done. And then just has to roll out.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that rotation completely turned around the state of this game at now. And
he's here again, too. It is 6 on Visage.
they do anything here. This is a little bit harder to take this fight, like you're saying. With that level 6, I think they realize they can't go on him.
Yeah. I like that they've done this dynamic, though. Yeah, keep the tree moving with the Disruptor to be able to give space to Watson. Now he is going to get bullied out of the lane either way, it looks like. But yeah, really such a smart move from Katomi to bring things back.
And likewise, I mean, you're still seeing him the bottom of the net worth in terms of the cores, but that differential between him and Slark, very close.
Yeah, they're like 20, they're literally 20 gold between each other.
Yeah. How much of a problem is this OD, though? The panel was talking about it in relation to the Terrorblade, but you kind of have mixed feelings about this hero in general, if I remember right.
Yeah, especially when you're playing versus lots of silences, versus Disruptor and versus Death Prophet can definitely be problematic. That being said, though, if he's going to be this farmed, like, honestly, he can just go to the... this under-farmed of a TB as well. He can just go hit him, you know, one Astral into an ult, and this TB could just die a lot of times, so... It's more of like a laning domination hero that then progresses after getting your Aghanims and stuff like that. 9 is getting 0 procs. Okay, you got a proc.
There it is.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, the hero's just volatile. I think Kezu was the one who used... I like that word a lot for OD. Gonna be.
Another glimpse used, and King gets pulled up towards the top side, but Stormstormer the one that moves on in and picks up the invis.
Nicely done.
You're seeing a pretty good job by Toby up top here, keeping that pressure on the Slark after using the Exorcism.
Yeah, and Stormstormer too. Even though he is versus an OD, only 900 gold behind. That's pretty damn good. And I think he's gotten, yeah, both of the power runes that have spawned recently. So nicely done for them to set that up for him.
So if we do end up seeing, like, I think that there's oftentimes with this Death Prophet, this, like, how much can you get out of Exorcism? Is it the type of game, though, where they need to get that done? They need to get a bunch of, like, structural damage done? Or do you think that they can scale into the later stages?
I do. Yeah, I think they can scale. I still think that they want to be able to use this DP ult and Pango ult very effectively early on to get towers, because they don't want Watson to have to full jungle.
Right.
So yeah, they will be able to get the kill, and this should be the tower too. So I think it's still similar as the first game, where we saw the DP ults not be too effective. Toby has to be a little more cautious. I think they have a better lineup to make the punishment happen though with it. They have Disruptor, and they get the catch on the Slark.
This is big. Can they bring him down in time? The stack storm everything, but it's not quite enough damage. Good ulti and TP out by the Slark.
That was close. Yeah, I think this game they have much better catch to make sure that people are actually stuck in Exorcism with this Disruptor, with the tree.
And of course, the other big question is, will DP be able to survive the burst? We think back to all that physical damage that came in before as Katomi gets jumped on, but Stormstormer Watson, they're right on top of Snake King in 33. They use the glimpse to pull back the Rubik. And Snay will die, but can't quite find that same type of damage for 33.
Big moves. I mean, again and again, Entity, they're bringing just a bit more numbers, having better positioning for fights. And Watson, look at the gold. He is completely recovered. After the probably worst start to a lane that you could have, having like 2 or 3 CS in 5 waves.
Yeah.
He is actually ahead of the Visage and has his Treads plus Falcon Blade finished up already.
Well, big plays coming out from Watson, who's earned a lot of criticism, is that Courier goes down. Yeah, there's something strange going on there with his micro.
Yeah, that was Nine's Courier in the bottom lane at the tower. Wait, what?
I don't know.
Nine's like, where the hell is my Courier? What the hell is it doing?
You know, sent it after getting his point booster off on a mission.
Mid. Trying to get a set up onto 9. Couldn't quite. And 33, he's just gone to jungle to farm. All right, 2K lead. Entity. Honestly, Katomi, what a boss. I really think that his rotation was the one that opened up this whole early game for them to have this type of start.
Trying to get in towards that shard. Already has Arcane Boots done. Can keep this tower alive a lot longer than I think Tundra were hoping for it to turn into. But a 2K gold lead, 5-1. I mean, you start to wonder what this starts to look like. Like, well, what's kind of the comeback move or the timing that Tundra want to try and play around? Because they kind of have weird heroes for it, right? Like, Visage 6, maybe, yeah, but it's already come and gone.
They just looked like they're going to play some farm game until they hit some timing. The usual kind of Tundra strat. I think it's just wait for OD Ags before he looks to move around at all. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of space being given to Entity with the Terrorblade draft, which always feels pretty damn good.
Tombstone drop to try and take out these Ancients. It's not the fastest one in the world, but it's something. And 9 Now getting ran at, pulls him back in, but able to Astral himself. Stormstormer pops the ulti. No, he's leashed. And now the turn, Static Storm down. Thinks about going in for another round. They missed the swashbuckle, so not a ton of damage, but with Watson in the area, the Entity bring numbers. They're going to kill them all off.
And Snaking too.
They look for more. They find Snaking. 3 dead. Glimpse back 33. Watson gets the Sunder off, saves a life, kills another. Holy moly, Entity.
4-0. And a tower now opened up. They didn't even have to use meta. They didn't even have to use Exorcism for that one. A godly Static Storm from Fishman. The patience catches both. And now also bottom.
Oh my god.
Tundra is falling apart.
Dude, Tundra, I don't know. I mean, this is 10-1 in a 5K gold lead. Like, the past, I don't even know what the switch-up was, but whatever happened in between Game 1 and Game 2, it is all gone Entity's way.
Look at this catch. I mean, what a play from Fishman. Gets them all, and then somehow there's 5 heroes from Entity. Great way to collapse on the map. And somehow, yeah, Watson even gets that Sunder. They get the glimpse onto 33. Yeah, this Disruptor, this pick is working out beautifully. Yeah, they're going to have top 3 net worth on all their cores. Tundra, I think they're going to have to start being a little bit more aggressive sooner. This game could look reminiscent of the second one.
Right, I mean, granted, you got an OD Midas.
Yep.
You've got, like, these catch-up mechanics to some extent, but you start to wonder, like, if Katomi gets a Blink Dagger now, I mean, you've got the potential for a very snowball-heavy draft from Entity.
Yeah, just have to watch. Now, when you do go for these aggressive plays, watch out what spells. That's the big thing, is you have to cover yourselves versus Snaking. If he gets Rolling Thunder, Exorcism, or maybe some Trio or Disruptor, some kind of thing, that's where you could probably get maybe turned on here. But that being said, Entity, they're being very careful, making all the right moves on the map so far, continue to secure Stormstormer's runes. And Tundra, yeah, they're just going to sit back, it feels like, wait for an item timing. They're about to have Wraith Pact done on 33. They have Diffusal on Slark, and then Ags on OD. But what are they going to make? What are they going to be able to do with it? They have to be careful how they stand together, too, as we saw versus that Static Storm.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be one of the big things, is the positioning of these heroes. And I think, like you're talking about, the steals you can get.
Yeah.
Need to definitely prioritize Snaking. But Stormstormer does have the Blink Dagger coming out on the Courier. Katomi decided to go for the Shard. That's being brought out too, as Entity make their move towards bottom. They bring numbers for this Tier 1.
Holding on to Exorcism as well too. Maybe wanting to have level 2 Exorcism before he does pop it is, yeah, really good moves. Making space for Terrorblade, forcing reactions, forcing Tundra to just be scared to fight. Something you don't see too often.
So they did have this newly completed ward laid down up on the high ground here. Is there any chance that they try and make something happen in this area? Or is this just to find a pickoff later, it looks like?
Try to find some pickoffs. Right now, Saksa, oh, they're looking for him. Saksa being sneaky.
Does he go block some camps again? A little bit harder.
I think that might be, I mean, yeah, he's not a Ricky this time around. But all right, Ags online, Wraith Pact online, Diffusal Slark. They got to make something happen for themselves now. Giving all this space to Terrorblade can't feel good if you're on Tundra.
Gotta make moves for it, but again, they find Snaking. Does he man it? He doesn't have Spell Steal, but rolls back, does a little Juki Juke, and Snaking gets out of harm's way.
Okay.
But they drop two ulti Flesh Golem on that illusion. That one's a little awkward.
They really thought that was the actual Toby. And Toby, speaking of blocking camps, he gets the illusions in, and I think he blocked both of them. I think maybe they body blocked their own hard camp, but he walked in and body blocked the Ancients with that.
Very well played.
He's doing what Tundra did to them. Get into their heads, and it's definitely working so far. Watson, soon to be top net worth, perhaps.
Now, there have been some of these games where the net worth lead has stayed at about the same for a long time, as well, drops the Tombstone up on the high ground. Fishman trying to take it out. There's the glimpse to pull him back in. They find and will bring low, but not quite kill Saksa. Still staying alive. They finally kill him off. Skinner forced to pop the ulti. And now, I mean, they can just move right into Roche.
I think they should. Yeah, if you have Exorcism popped, go in there. They have meta as well. And with the minus armor, they should be able to get this one. Is Tundra even going to be able to look to fight it? I don't think so. Wow. Without Undying, without the Shadow Dance on the slug, yeah, looks like it's a free one.
Big plays from Entity as they try and keep their hopes alive.
Oh my, Katomi's about to have Blink Dagger.
Yeah,
after the shard.
Shard.
Wow. He, like we said, I feel like he was the one that really opened up the whole game for them with that rotation bottom, and now he's got the Blink initiations also for his team.
I mean, he's almost caught up to Visage in terms of farm. He is a monster right now.
That's actually insane. Yeah, he's been playing so well this series. Yeah, Blink's online. So, yeah, positioning. He can always get the root onto everybody for them to focus fire.
And they're not going to be expecting this Blink.
No.
If they take this fight right now, this could go tragically for Tundra. Thinks about it. The overgrowth comes in with the Blink, and the roll comes through. Can they stop this damage? Bouncing back and forth. They find Snake King. He's going to drop. So they lose 2 in just a matter of seconds.
They barely even got any damage on the tower, and it's going to get healed. I mean, that's the Blink reveal from Katomi. Yeah,
Dude.
tip him for sure.
What a huge play right here, coming out from this tree.
He's such his Skyref, he was a core last game. Pretty much has the farm. He literally does have the farm of a core this game, and he's just finding every opportunity. I don't think we've said this too much, but man, this is an exciting tree to watch, you know?
Yeah,
We've gotten to
right?
see so much tree, but this one, I mean, Katomi is just making it look a style. It's beautiful.
He's going refresher next. He just queues it up.
Oh my god. I mean, that's pretty baller.
Oh, he's getting ready for his 25 talent, dude.
He's gonna be 12 early.
He passed the message.
He's having, one of the best tree performances I think I've ever seen.
13-1. Dude, after like the devastation of game number 1 that Entity experienced, to come back 2 games in a row and if nothing else win the second game, but in this game absolutely smack Tundra in the early game of it.
I mean, Tundra is queuing up the Midases. 33 has now queued up a Midas.
I don't know, man.
I think they're really feeling the pressure here. Starting to feel like they can't take any team fights.
In these games, in these moments, it's like sort of what's the sort of go-to solution? I don't really know. It feels like it's just been for the past, what now, hour that we've been watching Tundra versus Entity stall the game on Tundra and Entity do whatever they want.
Yeah. They have they have everything up again. And Tundra, they're trying to bring the battle to them yet again here with these item timings, but are they going to be able to find anything?
Can they do it?
So scary versus the Static Storm versus this Pango.
They walk into the area, spot Stormer.
Thinking, he's deep.
He's in very deep. Steals kinetic field. The 9 save for a moment, but Toby just runs in brazenly. Does still have a lot of heal out there with the Guardian Graves, the turnaround. They're keeping OD under control with that Static Storm, and Toby finally brought down, but he's done so much damage. Sox is going to die. Watson gets him with the double kill, so 3 already gone in exchange for the DP.
Oh, they've got another glimpse.
Can they quite get him in range? And they do. Pull back Skitter, find him there, rooted for a moment, can't jump anywhere. Entity came to play.
My God. Let's see how much damage 9 was able to do in the fight. Literally nothing. Fully controlled.
Oh.
Toby, a beautiful distraction, allows his team to just wipe 4 heroes again. I mean, Entity, I think they've broken Tundra with this series. These last 2 games are impeccable performances from them.
Dude, at 33 hiding in the trees, but Katomi already there.
He is
him. In position. The resummon on the birds. Now, do they want to try and make a move down here? It feels like they don't even want to play over on this side of the map.
I think they got what they came for. It's 17-2. They got a dream team fight with all their ult connections, and they still have Aegis. They've lost almost nothing in this game. 17-2. And look at this tree's items. Yep. The double Void Stone.
Dude.
He's in prep.
He's ready for it.
So, for me, I'm looking at Tundras, and I feel like the only way they can perhaps even look to take fights is if they're able to farm BKBs at some point soon. But versus this tree, he already has the first answer, and he's going to perhaps have a second answer because they're giving him farm priority too.
I mean, that is what's crazy, right? You imagine this fight working out where he initiates with the overgrowth. They all pop BKBs, and he just does it again.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you supposed to do against that?
I mean, this is crazy. How are these levels looking, too? I mean, yeah, look at the levels across the board. Tree, level 13. Slark and Visage, 13. Oof. Tree is same level / higher than those 2 cores.
Well, this offlane DP, too, has been able to get so much done. Even though she died in that last fight, it felt like being that damage sponge, it fits her perfectly, and it's going to have a BKB soon.
Yeah, now no way they're going to be able to focus fire her unless they kill her almost instantly at the start. Yeah, this is beautiful here from Entity. Oh, Tundra, I mean, they look totally rattled. They're trying to smoke, trying to find grabs, but every single time it feels like Entity's just ready.
And stuck together in a ball.
Yep. Exo's back up. Stormstormer's in.
They walk into him, finds him there. Static Storm immediately catches this Slark in trouble. Saved, though. A little bit of salvation coming from their buddies. They jump back. The overgrowth is already there. A ton of damage on a Stormstormer. The ulti comes down, but Toby's still there with the Exorcism. Is it going to be enough damage, though? They're in too far. Entity too big for their britches. They're going to get punished hard.
Oof. That's an exorcism pop too toward the end of the fight. I think Snaking stole silence as well and got the coverage on top of him.
Yeah.
The initiation gone sour. The save from the Astral. The positioning from Tundra this time reigns supreme.
Well, they were very ready for that one, and the type of play that they need is we take another look at it.
Look at the ages too, right? 3, 2, 1. It times out, and they're able to actually focus fire Stormstormer after the silence. Look at this long duration silence.
Yeah.
Still silenced, and then controlled.
Huge plays. And Toby can deal with that with the Greaves. Had to pop him a little bit early, which means that they don't have it here after the Exorcism comes out.
Yeah. A little bit of a mistake there coming out from Entity. Gets punished from something as small as like a silence being stolen from Snaking.
Well, and that's
really
what
good steal.
You had said at the start of this, right? Was that in these fights, you have to watch and make sure that for Entity, they're target prioritizing Snaking.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen, he's free to run Rain. It's going to be a ton of damage out.
Yeah, you have to focus on a lot of things. The OD, somehow you have to control him, because that's the other, the OD and the Snaking, I feel like the two ones that you have to look toward to control the most. Because the spell steals can be crucial, and then just the Astrals to save targets that you throw your ults onto. So Entity, a little bit of a blunder this time, gives Tundra a chance back into this one.
Still very strong advantage into the favor of Entity.
Yes.
And probably going to be the next mark is that Aegis fight that comes out. Maybe a couple smoke inks in between now and then.
Yeah, I think when Watson has Scotty, you can also just look to take the next fight as well. He's pretty close. They're still in a very good position this game, but yeah, just have to be careful not to run into high grounds too blindly again.
And is there any item that sort of fits that same mold for Tundra that they're looking for? Because it feels really hard to fight into it unless it goes perfectly like we just saw.
No, I think they're still in an okay position to be able to fight. I don't think they're like, at 6K, of course, and stuff like that, but I think they still have really quite powerful items that they can use to fight versus Entity. Like the Ags is almost done on Visage. Slark is about to have his too, so they are hitting some timings. It's just all about positioning in fights. And if the OD, if they can get on 9, really. If they can kill this OD before he gets anything, because he has nothing defensive for himself.
Very back and forth game. Not always what we see, but very much appreciated.
It was 17-2, now 17-5.
Getting some vision taken away. Entity trying to find somebody as they take over the jungle here. Slark, Aghanim, Scepter done.
Yep, Slark, Ags. We have Shard on 9, so I think, yeah, really, they have to focus fire 9, get on top of him with one of these type of silences to control the OD since he has no way to get out of it. Well, I say that, but Snaking has Force Staff, and now he has Shard too, so a little bit harder now for Entity to take these full-on committed fights.
Obviously, Overgrowth's still very big. And that's 33 full Aghanim Scepter coming out too.
This is a big timing here for Tundra, it feels. Entity still ready to be able to try to battle with that new picked up Scotty on Watson, but have to be careful how hard they commit into these fights. It's a ton of damage and a ton of save that Tundra has.
Right, that 5k gold differential, a lot of that taken up by items for Tree right now that's not doing anything in his inventory besides giving him more mana.
Very much so.
But Roche about to respawn.
Eyes on at 33. So 33 likely to be the one who tries to focus fire the Disruptor and find him and kill him before the Static Storm, while on the side of Entity, got to look for the catch and saves. You know, the Rubik, that OD, the ideal targets.
Can they get off a good Static Storm in these fights?
That's going to be the key. Is Fishman going to survive long enough to get the positioning? Is 33 going to find him?
Right. And then, of course, the other big thing is where are they fighting? Is their wards down already? Toby, that BKB done feels like it could be one of those other things that definitely makes the difference, him getting a full duration Exorcism out there.
Yeah.
I think both teams getting Ogre Seal Totems, unless I'm mistaken.
I believe so. Yep. More little ways to save each other.
God, I love that item. It's so cool.
It's one of those, kind of sometimes really pisses you off items, of course. Because they're like, why the hell can he do that when he's being attacked? But it is a fun one. As Roche respawns, Entity, they should be able to kill this very fast.
Oh, wow. They just pop right into it.
Yep.
Tree TP's in immediately.
It's going to dive really quick. I don't know if Tundra's aware yet.
Do they know that this is going on? Soxa heads up there. 33 in the area. They're going to be in too late, though. I think they move into the position. Skinner jumps right into the pit. They find the silence. The Static Storm, it's down. He pushes him outside. The save is there, but Watson already Aegis done. The roll back and forth, finding a couple. Can they bring down Snaking? Can they bring down anybody? It doesn't quite look like it. Stormstormer getting stuck there too. Tundra.
That's pretty huge for Tundra. Now they want to go in. Skitter.
Thinking about it. The Exorcism wearing off. Big ulti takes down Fishman. No more spells from him. Stormstormer jumps, but 9 able to get away for the moment. Toby runs in with that BKB. The silence comes out. Still fine for the moment, but 33, he's the one that was left behind, separated from the rest of the team, and they will kill off 9 and 33.
Nicely done. Entity, this time, they played it cool. They saw them like kind of resetting. They didn't overcommit. Then they wait for the opportunity to strike to get this catch. Skitter, a crazy jump forward, knowing that he has teammates to save him, but they still kept committing forward into the Exorcism, the end of it there. And now Pango roll, I believe it was an Arcane Rune when he did pop it, if I'm not mistaken. So his roll is back up. And he did end up getting the shard, too. I don't know if he's probably going to pass that off to somebody, but...
Katomi scouting Scott Tuxa there. Oop. Gets the root. Oh, the blink root always feels so good.
He got the root earlier as well on Visage on 33 when he was TPing out. Instant TP cancel, so... Entity get the Roche, and they get the advantageous team fight.
Yeah. Guy just got almost all the pieces of the refresher done. It feels so cool to get that on the tree.
Yeah, he's gotta have it. He's gotta have it. It's gonna cause issues.
And it's all like he's also got like the tome queued up, so he might get level 18.
Yeah, that's gonna be brutal.
Oh man. Well, shutting down the map, Entity 10k gold lead over the TI champions. If it was not clear before, Europe very competitive. As next round of neutral items coming on out now. And Tundra looking for answers. It feels like it's going to have to be, again, some fabulous team fights coming out from them. Find that perfect target prioritization.
Yeah, it's still an upwards battle for them, for sure. As more items being picked up and playing versus Aegis is going to be difficult. All the ults coming back up for Entity. And like you said, some really big neutral items. So Stormstormer, he found the Mindbreaker. So another one of those kind of items that quite gets, supports especially. Very angry, but also OD. He gets hit by like a random swash. Might not actually be able to save people.
That's right. No way to take off a silence right now at all. Yeah, 9 could run into some issues there.
And I like this from Watson, too. He's actually itemized. He's going for Shadow Blade and Silver Edge. So all about positioning, it seems like, for these team fights. Entity in prime position to be able to take this game at the moment.
Tell me, refresher coming out to him right now.
Good God.
31 minutes, and this tree is enormous. With everybody grouped together, you can see right now how much the odds have swung back the other direction. Now, there is some good vision in this area, but smoked up with Entity. They want to try and take this fight, it looks like.
Katomi only has just enough mana to use a Living Armor and 2 ults with the refresher, so might have to bring like a Mango or 2, or have his Arcane Boots at the ready.
Yeah.
He'll probably have coverage for it.
Skitter realizes there's vision, drops the sentry. He's like, hey, did they have wards here, guys? I don't know. Stormstormer, Shiva is a random bash, thinking about the roll. Watson wrapping around, the backside is there. Snake King gets a little bit of separation.
Couldn't get the glimpse.
Oh, but look at that one! Katomi finds him! Toby's right on top of all of them! Tries to keep him alive with that Slark Aghanims, but the Static Storm comes out after. Katomi does it again.
He's got a second to it, too. I don't think they're going to expect it if he blink roots, if he sees somebody.
Gotta get the hell out of there. Pops the refresher. Blink chase. Wants Snake King.
I love it. Blink, refresh, blink.
Can't quite get him there, and Snake King does manage to escape, but the bullying continues.
Yeah, Katomi, what a boss. These supports, right? It seems like they're always getting the right targets. 3-0 and 14 on the tree. Fishman 1-3-15 gets the beautiful follow-up onto his buddy.
Man. 14K, 22-6. Tundra, no answers.
No, it really doesn't feel like they can do much of anything. Their Visage just feels completely solved. 33 after having the first like 8 minutes go completely his favor. So like 7 minutes, everything has just been Entity's favor now. It's beautiful.
Well, they try and reestablish themselves over on this side of the map. Now, there is still that overgrowth ready to go. Toby, spot Skitter, spot Snake King.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The glimpse.
Pulls
the bash.
him back. Oh, the bash is there. And everything used. He's gets saved for a moment by 9, but only a moment. Then the secondary save comes in to try and keep him alive.
Skitter.
Trying to get out of there. Double blink away, double jump away. Manages to escape just barely. Okay, so they're staying together there, and that's Exorcism popped.
And meta. And even also Storm's ult. So 3 different ults used. Can Tundra punish this at all, though?
They use Tombstone themselves. They use the Dark Pack, or rather the ulti from Slark. We'll see if they can make anything else happen here.
It feels like they have to try to get some type of hit. I don't think they can fight versus Entity when everything's up. It really is starting to feel way too difficult. Too many things they have to cover. Too many things they have to worry about. Tree ult, it's back up. Refresher's back up in 50 seconds. Tundra trying to get out on the map a little bit here. Bottom tower, still full HP. Mid tower, full HP. Top tower, nearly full HP.
Tree doing his job.
Tree doing his job. And more.
They have that armor corruption talent again for the Visage. Trying to keep this tier 1 tower alive down bottom.
Katomi's like, no, my tower.
Don't you dare.
But the birds, they're doing it.
Much.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to get it.
DD spawns top. It looks like they're baiting it out right now.
They're all smoked over here.
Ooh. Who do they find?
33 has a gem. He's actually on Katomi duty.
Oh, just barely gets out of there to join the rest of the team, though. The fight going in. They find one. I don't know if this is going to work for them or not. Static Storm already down. Watson right on top of him. They've got the Tombstone already under control as Stormstormer rolls through, finds 9. Chase comes out, tries to Ogre Seal Totem to get away, but 9 in so much trouble. Gets lifted, gets pulled away the fear, but one last punch from Watson takes him down to death. Saksa hoping to escape. Tomi coming in for the high five as they kill off Snaking. They're going to kill the Undying. And Entity continue to force back every move that Tundra make.
And that was without having all their big ults. They didn't have meta, they didn't have DP ult, they had a tree ult, and they had the Static Storm plus Pango ult, and yeah, Tundra can't actually take advantage of it at all. 33 on the complete opposite side of the map. He was on Katomi hunting duty, but couldn't quite find him. And now, towards high ground with DP ult and meta in a second.
82% is where we're sitting, but yeah, ready to punch away. And Entity, I mean, I don't know if they're going to have enough on Tundra to stop this.
How can they?
Dead.
I mean, even with ODL, like, how does he get into these fights? No BKB, he's just walking saves and astrals. Watson, he's got meta, they've got DP ult. This looks like at least 2 sets.
Entity wanting to force some tiebreakers here and moving right on into this tier 3 tower mid next. If they can take this, this completely opens everything up. Tundra, no answers right now.
Trying to spam and stall them. They're looking for some flank play here. Can't find anybody, though.
Thought about it. Skier moves in, pops the Dark Pack, backs away.
All right, they played it careful. They took the 1 set, they took the tower, and then they're going to back up and play the scene where they can just let the fight come to them again. They still have meta. They actually only use the DP ult.
I mean, I can't blame them. You know, you're in a winning position right now for Entity. As long as they don't, you know, go high ground, throw away this advantage, it feels like the path is simple.
Yeah, and they even got a base score down that looks like it's probably not going to get dewarded. So a sneaky one being placed up behind Snaking.
Banished there on the illusion. But not easy to take these things out of here.
No, not at all.
They do eventually kill it off now. Roche respawning 10 seconds, a very quick one.
It's going to die very quick as well, too, if Entity gets eyes on it.
Stormstormer clears out this mid wave.
Nicely done.
And the Aghanim Scepter, it's up on Roche.
Oh, that's a game breaker. That's a breaking. That one's like, give it to Katomi.
Yeah, right.
Then he's got the eyes everywhere as well too. On top of this refresher.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't hate it. Like, I don't know. It sounds pretty sick.
They have 2 amazing ones. So you know, you could even put arguments for Fishman picking it, of course. And now mid, they're getting creeps into the base. Tundra has to respond.
So they're going to be forced back into the base. This probably sets up for Entity to go check if Roche is up. And as soon as they see it, can take it so quickly.
Yeah, it'll just die to the Pango and the TB. I don't even know if they'll have to pop the meta.
They see it. Toby doesn't have Exorcism, but Watson moves on in, starts clearing it out. And
they still have the base ward, so they see where Tundra is. They see Snaking, they see 9 in the base still.
This is really rough for Tundra. Skitter, is he going to try and jump in again and solve this? They see him immediately. Tomi nearby.
Oh, he's such a menace, this tree.
He is scouting everything. All the moves. And yeah, Roche just dropping down to half HP. Tundra nowhere near enough to come into play. And yeah, with no Metamorphosis, I think that they just get this one for free and can probably win the fight after. Toby walking out ready, blinks forward, finds the silence. And immediately, oh no, he gets stuck! The Ogre Seal Totem has betrayed you.
They gave the Ags to Fishman, by the way.
Oh, Static Storm, ulti ready. Can they find him? Needs to be careful. Okay, 33 spotted Fishman there with the tombstone down. Oh, they're just going to back away. They are playing so patiently right now on Entity.
Yeah, not wanting to waste any of these ults. Katomi just waiting in the tree lines, waiting for an opportunity. And yeah, I thought perhaps, I was like, wait, they might actually give this Ag still to Stormstormer, but no, they give it to the Disruptor, so.
Wait, he still has it in his inventory. All right, there he eats it.
He eats
okay.
it, yeah, he eats it.
Or rather, Scotty done, but 33 under control. The overgrowth, it comes out immediately. Need to get away with everybody else, waiting for that big ulti. They drop it down onto 9, onto the Undying. Skinner just trying to run away now under the cover of that Shadow Dance. But the tree will fall. 3 heroes from Tundra go down.
9 has no buyback. He's actually 100 gold short. Didn't get to use his Midas.
And just like that, the cost of 1 Midas not being used is going to be felt. The racks are down. Entity looking to close this game out here. Force out Tundra into a very uncomfortable situation.
I mean, Watson is 10, 0, and 8 after having, what, 3 CS at like the 4-minute mark. The moves from Entity, they've been spectacular this game.
This is exactly what they needed to do. 33 moves in the birds, looks for the drop down. The stun is there, the control coming out. Skidder trying to kill him, trying desperately to bring down this Terrorblade, but the Shadowblade, invisibility, invincibility! Get on over here, Skidder, you're coming back home. The glimpse comes out, he dies to it. Fishman, the glimpse kill, it's so worth it. Unreal play coming out from Entity. No buyback on Skidder.
That's game. They got Megas.
That is gonna be it. Holy moly. Entity, what a bunch of players. They walk on in, get the silence. So Ogre Seal to get out of there. 9 appreciating what he's seen from Stormstormers. He did end up going in a bit too far and got killed.
They're not gonna call it, of course, but playing versus Megas at this point with your lineup, these heroes do not push out these creeps easily.
Snake King manages to move on in and take that gem away.
All right.
But yeah, it's feeling like an impossibility again for Tundra.
A full butterfly. Watson had 10,000 gold going into that fight.
Unreal.
And now, how do you even... You can't focus him anymore. You couldn't focus him before anyway.
Right.
Now he's got butterfly. You have no way of piercing evasion. You have a Slark with Mage Slayer and Scotty. You have an OD who's just actually walking Astrals. And you have a Visage who's been completely shut down.
And I mean, you think about also the sort of hesitance and the like constant solid moves that we've been seeing in terms of holding on to their ultis and BKB charges. TB still has an 8-second BKB.
Yeah, Watson has played this so damn well. I mean, all of them are playing so well on the side of Entity. Now bottom,
Hex.
9.
Chase down, silence is there, Glimpse pulls him back in, Static Storm after the fear, and Watson just gonna come in and beat him down. Skidder tried to salvage it, not gonna happen, sir. Does he have a way out of here now? Has to use the 2 jumps to get away.
Still trying to keep vision, Toby's just on the chase.
Oh, Katomi, eyes on the prize, wanted to find Snake King there. Thinking about a jump, but can't get him.
Entity are totally feeling themselves here. Yeah, they've done it. Now it's a meta push, DPXO, Tundra. Gonna have to just watch their buildings die. They've got a glyph.
They needed that one, and OD does have buyback now. Got to use his Midas. Zoxa moves forward, does get jumped on by Skidder, but the save there, the Aeon Disc proc, the silence, and in a ton of trouble, does get saved, but the overgrowth there, they find 33. Back away towards him, Skidder trying to move into position to help out his buddy. Katomi, after the refresher, gets another round of the Aeon Disc, is eventually going to be brought down, so Skidder doing some good damage.
But Skidder's
Toby
in trouble.
And Far. Skidder's in trouble, 9's in trouble, the whole damn team's in trouble. And look at that, Pango just moves on in, kills off Snake King. He buys back too, but the Ancient exposed, the Sunder comes out. Eyes on the prize for Entity as they are gonna take down this throne and take down Tundra 2-1. What a fabulous performance. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. No, there's no way.
The throne isn't.
The throne is going down, the respawn is there, and GG is gonna be called. Entity with the upset.
Wow. I mean, with the way that they played the last 2 games, they looked... I mean, this looked like a different team almost in the first game, completely.
Oh, yeah.
They were so dominant.